Yo. Yo, 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 yo. What up? What up, YouTube? What it do? What it do, baby? It's the Iceman Paul Wall. Got my mouth looking something like a disco ball. Once again, it's on back at you one more again. Kenz TV live in the house like kitchen sinks. Decided to do a pop-up live. No, nobody's with me right here at the moment. But in due time, people will enter the building. They say, if you build it, they shall come. Pause though, double pause. Ah, it feels good just getting off work. Say real Kenz in the building, man. You know what I mean? Know what I mean? Some them cats in New York be talking. Shout out to New York. New York guys always have a real aggressive conotone. You know what I mean? Ready to eat? Want lettuce and tomato on your sandwich? Shout out to the NY, to the East Coast, man. I need 10,000 likes tonight. 10,000. I don't know how, somehow, some way, we're going to get to 10,000. Somebody say something to me. Anybody say something to me. Let me know you're in the building. My dog, what's good? I'm with you, checking in from Prescott, Arizona. What's good with you? Glad you could join. Definitely glad you could join my dog Dreams. The Bronx is in the building. Hardest working man in the NY. Know what I mean? He's getting to the paper, man. He's definitely getting to the paper. 12-hour shifts. And you still door dashing? Any means necessary, as long as it's legal, man. You got to get that bread, man. Y'all double tap the screen. We need to get the likes up. Got 900 people in the building with 1 like. That's not gonna get the message out. There is a message. It's not gonna get the message out. You double tap the screen, it takes 0.25 seconds, and it allows the people to know that I'm live, man. You know what I mean? Trying to get me in the algorithm, man. You know what I mean? Realest YouTube, I appreciate it, man. I'm trying. I'm definitely trying. Yes, sir. 7 days a week. Again, any means necessary, you got to get it. Definitely got to get it, man. There's always a message. That's right. There is a message. I definitely appreciate you, man. I see all the time, all your messages, all your comments or whatnot. I try to respond to as many comments as I possibly can. But man, it's a beautiful feeling, man. It's definitely a beautiful feeling. Y'all still rocking with me. And I'm gonna keep this thing going, man. Definitely gonna keep it going. So yeah, thanks to everybody that rocks with Real Kenz, with me. I don't want to refer to myself as third person that rocks with me. And you know, somehow, some way we're gonna get to 50,000 by the end of the year. I don't know how, but somehow, some way we're gonna get to 50,000 by the end of the year. Y'all liking, commenting, sharing, hyping me, or whatever. We're gonna get to that 50,000. Like Jay Williams always tells me, man, well, like he has previously told me, it only takes one video. He shared a story with me how he first blew up or whatever. One video. Said he woke up and the next morning his phone was going crazy. He didn't know what was going on. He was just thinking there was something wrong with his phone. He didn't know exactly, you know how phones can be sometimes. It just kept going off, and he looked up and he had like thousands and thousands and thousands of subscribers. Blew up overnight, even though he put in the work, even though he's continued to put in the work. But one video catapulted him to success, you know, a higher level of success. Because if you have a YouTube channel, to me, you're successful. If you hitting it, you consistent with it, that's a beautiful thing. YouTube is not easy. It may seem to be, but absolutely, Dreams. Absolutely. YouTube is one of those things, you know, I hear people all the time, that's why your channel's not growing. That's why my channel is growing. First of all, that's the first thing. The channel is growing. Maybe not growing as fast as people feel as though it should be growing. Not as fast as I feel like it should be growing. But guess what? It doesn't even matter. When it's my time to shine, my time is going to shine. But I'm going to tell you, YouTube, man, it's so hard to just get to the monetization of YouTube. You got to have 1,000 subscribers. 1,000 subscribers, and you gotta have 4,000. I think it's 4,000 watched hours, meaning that people had to have watched your channel at least 4,000, not minutes, but 4,000 hours. See what I'm saying? So 4,000 hours is that's a lot of minutes. You know what I'm saying? What is that? 4,000 times 60. A whole lot of minutes. So 240,000. And so once you achieve that, now you just get to the threshold of where you can start making some money. You don't even get a check until you make over $100 per month from YouTube. And so when you have these individuals that are just talking and they don't know what they're talking about, Kenz, that's why your channel's not growing. I read all comments. That's why your channel's not growing, Kenz. That's why, first of all, if it wasn't for you all, I wouldn't be at 15,000 subscribers right now. First of all, so it's you all. You know what I mean? It's you all. So what's up, Russ? Russ Cuts 1035, Kentucky's in the building. So again, I thank you all, because there's no way that I would obviously be there without you all. But this thing is you have certain people, there's bugs flying around. So I appreciate that, Russ Cuts. I appreciate the super chat right there. Anything you want to ask, go ahead. I know I'm looking silly, but there's like a mall, there's something flying around in the in the car. But it's one of those things where you just got to grind. You got to stay at it. I've been doing this thing for over 3 years. I started my channel, I want to say maybe May of 23, and I've been at it consistently. I appreciate that, Russ Cuts, for the lettuce and tomatoes. Thank you, bro. I definitely appreciate you. I've been at this thing for 3 years straight, and about a year and a half ago, my channel, it really seemed like it was like taking off. I mean, I was making more money than I had ever made on YouTube. My numbers, my subscribers, my views. And then all of a sudden, I don't know. Like I said, I never stopped, but I just tanked. I didn't know if I was on a, what do they call it when YouTube, I forget what they call it. Shadow ban. I wasn't for sure if I had been shadow banned. I didn't know what was going on. Like, my numbers just, everything dropped by at least 60-70%. I could have easily given up. But the encouragement that you all kept, and I never thought about giving up, because I never got into this thing for money. I didn't even make money my first year on YouTube. I never did this for money. So never had the thought of giving up, but it was just one of those things that it was discouraging. Like, how's it that my numbers are going down? I was stuck in the 14,000s for a long time. And then, like I said, I'm hearing these people giving their opinions. Kenz, you got to do this, you got to do that. That's why your channel's not growing. Kenz, if you do this, but they don't understand I guess the politics of YouTube. They don't understand that YouTube, while it's entertainment to you all, it's therapy for me, but it's also a business. Like, I got to file taxes. I got to pay, taxes on this money that I do make. So it's definitely a business aspect to this thing just as well. Nothing more satisfies me when people get at me and they say, Kenz, man, you just don't know how these long videos get me through. Kenz, you don't even know, like, I be at dialysis. I be at work, man, and I'm on my last 2 hours, and I don't know how I'm going to get through, man. I just feel like just walking off. Or I'll be in the car, and I'm driving home, and I got an hour and a half, 2 hour, 3 hour drive, and I'm sleepy, or I'm just, you know what I mean? Like, I'm just not in the mode of to be doing what I'm doing at this particular time, and I put on one of your videos, and 2 of your videos, and 3 of your videos, then boom, I'm home, or I'm done doing what I was doing. So that's why I do the longer form content. People sometimes want you to get straight to the heart of the story, which we call it the meat. They want you to get right to the meat of the story. But if I did that, then all my videos would be, 11, 12, 15 minutes. So I got to throw some extra curricular in on the side to make the story longer. Like I said, I do it for the people working third shift, people that's on them factory lines, people that's in the hospital, people that's working in the hospital, people, my dog Dreams is working 12-hour shifts. You can just put your earbuds in and be taken away, at least for a little while you at that job, man, while you making your living. So therefore, once again, I do it for the people. Do it for the people. I don't do it for the you know, my first year, like I said, I ain't make a dime on YouTube. Not a dime. And I enjoy doing this. This is something that I'll never give up. I'll never stop making. I don't care. I can win the lottery. I can come up on millions. I'm going to still do YouTube. Why? Because it's something that I just enjoy doing. Again, it's therapy for me. And I know that it helps people. I know that it helps people. So salute to you all. You know what I mean? Salute to you all. Back when you first started, you shared your story and it helped me a lot. I like how you paint a picture. Yeah, thank you. Thank you. I'm always going to paint a picture because people, we're in different places, right? So we may pronounce something one way here in Kentucky, or we may be referring to one thing, but in another place, they're not really familiar with that. And particularly when I'm telling prison stories, because a lot of people never been to jail, which is a great thing. Never been to prison. So when you say certain things, people are not really as familiar, or may not be as familiar. So I'm going to take the time to explain and paint the picture for everybody. You know what I mean? Lay back, kick your feet up, man. We ain't got nowhere to go. I'm not going to say you don't have anywhere to go, but I'm just saying, like, you know, you must fully understand the story, man. Y'all feel free to ask me anything you want to ask me. This is more of just a Q&A session. I done got a lot more, you know, newer subscribers that have been, you know, rocking with the channel, in addition to all of you all that have been supporting me for a while. So I want to take the time to answer any questions that anybody may have. I will say this. Somebody asked me earlier, and they made reference to the Booty Bandit stories. And they say, Kenz, if you told more Booty Bandit stories, then your channel would really blow up, because that's the propaganda. That's what my dog was good. Yo. What's going on with you, man? I'm glad you chimed in. Join us in the live. Y'all double tap that screen when you come in. We got to get the likes up. When people want to know why I don't tell more Booty Bandit stories, and, you know, YouTube pushes that. For some reason, if I get on here and I curse, or if I say too much, YouTube is they're gonna yellow tag me. Which means if they give me a yellow tag, man, I don't get paid on the video, because they're saying that my material is not suitable for ads to be dropped during my video. But yet they push the propaganda on Booty Bandit stories. I don't get it, don't understand it, never have. But the reason that I don't tell more Booty Bandit stories is for the simple fact that I only have so many stories to tell. There's only so many prison stories you can truthfully tell. What ends up happening with these content creators on YouTube, which is myself just as well, as far as being a content creator, you find yourself and you tell these stories, right? And you're getting big views. Well, big views on YouTube equals big checks. If you've, it's kind of hard to say how much a person has made, but if you have a video, and every time you do a video, you get 20, 30,000 views, right? But they're exclusively about they're you know, Booty Bandit videos. And then you do another video and it's just a regular video. Now you get 12, 1,300 views, 1,500 views. But you notice every time I tell a story about a bandit, I'm 20 and 30,000 or more. Well, guess what? You start to tell more of those stories. You get to telling more of those stories because those YouTube checks can look very nice. If you dropping videos on a daily basis, a couple videos a day, and you getting 10, 15, 20,000 views. Now, we're not even talking about a YouTube juggernaut like somebody that's huge in the game, you know, Jay Williams or somebody like that gets hundreds of thousands of views on one video. He doesn't have to do those things. But an individual that's still coming up the ranks and still trying to make it, and you used to your YouTube check being 10,000 every month. So now your life is dependent on you making $10,000 a month. You got to tell these stories, because if you don't, at 10,000 could quickly, I just told you all, my revenue, my views, everything dissipated 60, 70%. A year and a half ago, I was doing way better on YouTube than what I'm doing now. And I never stopped. I never stopped. I don't understand it, but guess what? Some things are not meant for you to understand. So if your life is based on you making that 10 G's a month, and then you have a month and you make 2,700, well, guess what? You got to start telling more of those stories. So you put yourself in a box. Put yourself in a box. Now when you're in that box, it's a whole lot of pressure. It's a whole lot of pressure to come up with content every single day that people are gonna watch and want to, listen to and interact with you or whatever. So that's just one of the things to where I just said, and plus I don't want to be talking about bandits. You're only gonna run across so many bandits. And again, I don't care how much time you did in prison. There's still only so many stories that you can tell. Otherwise, people would have stories for days. Fleece Johnson did 40 years in the pen. It's still only so many stories that you're gonna, be able to tell. That's just the truth of it. But again, people like getting these checks. I don't knock them. If you ever notice, I mix in life stories. Everybody hasn't been to prison, which is a great thing. You haven't been to prison. I may tell some stories that will ultimately lead you to prison if you continue to do so or whatever. But there's only so many prison stories I can tell. I'm not going to get on here and just start making up stories. And, I'm venturing off into true crime. I want to get off into, I'm going to still tell my stories. Let's not get it misconstrued. But I want to do the true crime stories. But I want to do it narrated the way that I want to narrate it. There's true crime stories for days. You'll never run out of those true crime stories. But me having personal experiences, me having, I seen this happen in the pen. I seen this happen in the jail. I seen this officer get his wig split. I seen this person get, it's only so much of that. It's just the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth. I was, let me make sure y'all still with me. Make sure my internet, somebody say something on anybody, just say something like, we with you. You know what I'm saying? That'll let me know that y'all still here, because sometimes the internet goes out and I don't even know. I'll be sitting here talking and I'm unable to receive any sort of comments or whatever. So anybody, you can say anything. Okay, bet. Appreciate you. We lit. I appreciate your dreams. My dog never fails me, man. But I was telling my fiance today, I say, you know what? I've been doing this Papa John's thing for about 5 years now. When I first started my YouTube channel, like I said, over 3 years ago, I'm still on parole, man. I'm still on parole. I'm still, I'm trying to navigate. I'm trying to make sure that I stay out. Now, I've been out several years. But in Kentucky, the way that parole works is you stay on parole until your minimum date. So when I first came home, I still had probably like 11 years left on parole. But that don't mean I have to that doesn't mean that I have to remain on parole for the entire 11 years. Every year that you do, you get time knocked off your sentence. Roughly about 4 months knocked off your sentence for good time, for compliance credits. Then you can take classes. So towards the end, when I started to see like, whoa, got about a year left, a year and a half, I started to take these classes. You know what I mean? So I started to take the classes. I'm like, next thing you know, I'm off parole. I ain't never been off parole, probation either. Since 99, I've been on somebody's probation, parole, or incarcerated. Since 99. I walked down a 34-year sentence. I had 34 years. All my crimes are white-collar crimes. Man, I ain't never, no robberies, never harmed nobody or anything of the sorts. But I'm in a Commonwealth state, and they will knock your block off. I had a 34-year sentence, man. So if I can walk down 34 years, 7 years on parole, not even a speeding ticket. I got a ticket one time for no seatbelt. And my parole officer, she was tripping on me about that. I can lock you up. I could give you a technicality violation and make you do 10 days in the county because I didn't report to her that I got a ticket for no seatbelt. First of all, I didn't have my seatbelt on. As soon as I pulled out of Speedway, out of the gas station, I'm talking about as soon as I pulled out, officer pulled me over. But I should have had my seatbelt on. And so, what I'm thinking about doing is, I got a lot of hours built up of PTO. Got a lot of hours built up. And so, what I'm thinking about doing is using my hours of PTO. Russ Cuts, 1035, man. Super thanks, super chat. Thank you, bro. I definitely appreciate you, bro. I'm thinking about using that. Last time I was told I had like 260 something hours of PTO because I never take off work. That's why I always have this on. Anytime you all see me, what do I have on? Typically, this is what I have on. So, about 3 or 4 months ago, I was told I had about 260 hours of PTO. I'm thinking about using all my PTO. using it all for however many weeks that is, 7 weeks, 8 weeks, however much that I have. Then at that point, I can really go hard on this content. Every day I'm dropping 4 or 5 different videos. You know, different topics, different. One in the morning about 8. Drop another one right around, I don't know, noon, somewhere right around in there. 4 or 5 o'clock, drop another one. 7 o'clock, drop another one. And then give y'all some of this midnight love at about midnight. So I'm dropping 4, 5, 6 videos every single day, but there'll be different topics. And it'll give me a chance to expand. There's other things I want to do. I do skits. There's a lot of things that I want to do. And I think that my calling is social media, dealing with people, not to be delivering pizzas. There ain't nothing wrong with that whatsoever, but I've accomplished my mission. I've done everything that 5 years working. I've been delivering pizzas for 5 years. On top of that, prior to that, I DoorDash for almost 2 years. So I've been doing this thing for like a long time, and I'm making everybody I'm making everybody rich, I'm making everybody money but myself. So like I said, that's the plan. That's the plan. You know what I mean? Use my PTO. Then at that point, I can evaluate the situation after that. Like, okay, where am I at? Is this something that I can sustain? Is it something, do I have I don't necessarily want to say the willpower, but, you know, creating content every day, you know, it can get overwhelming. So I'm going to have a storyline. I'm going to have content to create, if that makes any sense to you. Then once I get to the point to where my numbers are up and I'm doing 20, 30, 40,000 per video, now I don't have to do 5 videos a day. Now I can do, it'll get to the point to where I, you know, a couple videos a day. Then it'll get to the point to where I'm doing 1 video a day. You see what I'm saying? So I'm thinking about going for it, man. You know what I mean? I'm definitely, where my moderators at, man? I should have let my moderator know what was going on, that I was going live, since I got some weirdos in the building. You know what I'm saying? I got some weirdos in the building, so I know they'll jump on here pretty soon. Miss April from Louisville, she'll be on here soon. My dog James McIlvain, he'll be on here soon. So get your little jokes in as much as you can right now, because you're gonna be out of here real soon, man. 3rd shift checking in. What's good? What's up, real Kenz? The Black Picasso. Be in Louisville on Saturday for the festival. Hope to have a blast. I know, hopefully, maybe I'll see you there. Yeah, I'll be there. I'll definitely be there, man. My number's 859-697-7676. 859-697-7676. That's my actual number. Hit me up. You know what I'm saying? Hit me up, and we'll definitely, you know, link and meet, and I would definitely be there. Looking forward to it. I need like a little break, you know. I need a little break or whatever. So you got the number. Holler at me at any time, man. Y'all ask me whatever y'all want to ask me, man. Q&A session. You feel me? Definitely having a Q&A session. I'm trying to get the weirdo out of here. Let's see. Here it is. There we go. But yeah, man, hopefully, you know, everything goes well for me, you know, with this content creation or whatever. Because I'll be looking at those true crime stories, and I'll be like, I know how to edit. I know how to do the voiceover to where it's just showing like the clips and different pictures. All they really doing is, when they telling the story, is using rotating the same 6 or 7 pictures of the people, which is really not real pictures, probably AI. Pictures of the house that it may have happened in, or the location it happened in, and then the person's just talking. Like, I can do that. I would put my own twist and spin to it, but I definitely can do that. You know what I mean? And I'm spending way too much time doing things for other people. I got these glasses that my partner Bill Caven helped me come up with. I'm looking to come out with my own line of glasses. I got a credit book that I've stalled on, showing people exactly what I did when I came home from prison. I had some help because an individual had done it or whatnot and kind of showed me the game, but I took it to the next level of how to get your credit up. A lot of people are not familiar with credit. They just think, oh, I got good credit if I pay my bills on time, but there's so much more to credit. A lot of people have records. A lot of people, you know, feel as though they're stuck in life and they can't do this, and they have to go to buy here, pay here car lots to get a car and pay 22% interest, or they have to go to rent to own places or check cash in places because they don't have credit. None of these places that you go to are reporting these things to your credit bureau when you pay them off. So guess what? It keeps you in rotation to keep coming back. So I want to do my credit. I want to finish my credit book. I'm about halfway done with that. It's real easy to do. Credit's just about understanding. That's all it is, just understanding. You use credit because you want to use it, not because you have to. People get credit cards and they say, oh man, I use this for emergency. That's not what credit cards are for. Emergency savings are for emergencies, not credit cards. My merchandise, my shirts, you know, it's going to be fall pretty soon. I want to, all of these things I want to do, but it's hard to do when I'm working 50 hours a week. You know what I mean? I'd rather be working 50 hours a week for myself. Respectfully. My dog, Antonio Walker, Richmond, Virginia's in the building. What's good? What's good? I appreciate that. So it's at D Toro. Is that how you pronounce that? At D Toro 15? I don't know how you would, I guess you would just kind of let me know if I'm close or whatever. I don't want to mispronounce your name. Jackie Harvard, 1971. Here we go with this Steelers talk. Pittsburgh Steelers in the building. Pittsburgh Steelers is in the building. You know, I'm rocking with them Cowboys all day long. But them Steelers, man, they all right. They all right. Don Toro. Okay. I got you, man. Don is my name. Don Toro. That's some gang. That's some mafia shit, man. That's some mafia shit, man. Yeah, Pittsburgh Steelers, man. I love NFL. Can't wait till the preseason's already here, so I can't wait till the actual season starts, man. You know, my buddy today, you know, I really watch what I say. And Jackie, I'm cool. How are you? I'm definitely cool. Blessed to be here. I'm talking to my buddy today, and he's one of my best friends, man. Like, his guys just will give you, when I say give you the shirt off of his back, he give you the shirt off his back, but he has his vices that he gets high. He's been getting high for years. And he's never really had to truly touch ground zero. Maybe when he's incarcerated or whatever, but when he's out on the streets, he's never really the dime of maintenance at work. I know that's right. But he's never had to truly touch ground zero. And this weekend he was pressure, like he was feeling all type of stress and pressure because he was in a drug program. Now this guy's been out of prison for like 9 years. After a couple failed dirty urines, they put him in a drug treatment program, outpatient. And he missed a couple meetings and got a couple dirty urines. So when he did that, he's calling me and this is what he's saying, the white man. I say, listen, bro, man. I don't want to hear about the white man on this particular instance, man. You out there, you still getting high. Yeah, but I know I wasn't dirty because I used my girl's urine. See, you still trying to beat the system. I know I wasn't dirty. She don't get high. She don't. And he's failing to take accountability for his own actions. Now I feel bad for him for the simple fact that he should have been off parole. But in Kentucky, if you have restitution, you're not going nowhere. It don't matter if you done passed your parole date. You're not going anywhere until you get that restitution paid off. He owes like $26,000 in restitution. He's paying like $50 to $100 a month, closer to the $50 a month. He got all this money from a car wreck. Then his father passed away, left him 401k and you know, him and his brother, and left him the house, and he's sitting on like 80 G's. I say, look, bro, I can't tell you what to do with your money, but what I would do if I was you, you owe 26,000. I understand you don't want to pay the whole 26. I get that. Get you a lawyer for about a couple thousand. Have that lawyer negotiate straight with the insurance company that you're paying your restitution to, because you're giving your money order to the parole officer, but they're sending it to the insurance company. Try to figure out some sort of settlement, negotiate a settlement with them. Like, listen, at 50 bucks a month, y'all never gonna get all your money. It's a lawyer speaking for you. I got 10,000. Would y'all settle for me? Write a letter stating that the rest of the debt will be forgiven or whatnot, $10,000 or whatever, and got that restitution paid off. So as soon as the restitution is paid off, you get off parole. Otherwise, you on parole for life. He didn't want to do that. All of that money he gave to the dope man. Maybe not all of it. You know, he shared with his kids, and he bought some things, bought a Lexus or whatever. But it was a used Lexus or whatever. It's nice too. But a lot of that money you tricked off on not coming home at night. You know, you got 2 or 3 girls up in the hotel room. You know, you living like Nino. And then all the money's gone. Now you just down and out. Phone's not ringing anymore. All the people that you thought was your friends and was rocking with you, yeah, because you had the bag, you had the money. And you sitting in the county jail right now, sick. Because they locked him up this morning. He has to sit in the county jail until they have county jail until they have a bed available for him. And it's gonna be about 2 weeks. Once they get a bed for him, 6 months inpatient, and he needs that. So I told him, I just hope that you take this very, very serious, bro. Like, because what are you doing it for? Eventually, they're gonna violate you and send you back to prison. Opposed to you getting a drug program out here on these streets, man. Like, you gotta take this serious, man. This is your life you dealing with, bro. Like, what are we doing? You've been home all of these years and you still trying to use other people's urine and to beat the system. And I understand doing that, you know, if you're trying to get a job or you're trying to better yourself. But, bro, you just got approved for disability. You got this house. You don't have no payment. You don't have no payment on your car. Like, you in a position to do some things, but you won't leave the streets alone. And again, I understand that addiction is difficult. I get it. But you have to just look yourself in the mirror and say, enough is enough. I must stop this, man. I must stop this. What about your girl, man? You should have been married her. She riding for you. Now she's just sitting around. Now she has to sit and wait on you for the next 6.5 months. A lot of times we do things and we think that it's just us, but it affects so many other people. So he's asking me, man, you think you can put a couple of dollars on my books or whatever, because I don't get my first disability check until the 19th. And, you know, you got to have some money in here. I know you got to have money in jail. But I'm thinking to myself, and I ain't put no money on there, not yet. And I don't know if I'm going to. I might and I might not. Because when you got that 75, 80,000 that you had, man, the man, I didn't even know that he was getting them. I was just calling him like, you know, just, hey, what's up, man? Man, that man didn't answer my call for probably 2 months. I ain't know nothing about no money or none of the sorts. I'm just calling him to see what's up, man. My dog, East St. Louis, Illinois, checking in. Spoon Clemens, what's good with you, man? I appreciate you chiming in. Don, I went to treatment in 2023. I thought it was the end of the world, but it ended up being the best thing for me. Exactly. But he has to take it serious. He has to take it serious. Like, he has to really, really want to leave that lifestyle alone. Otherwise, you're just going to come out, do the same exact thing that got you sent to treatment in the first place. P.O. can get tired of fooling with you. Now we're going to send you back to prison. You got all this money that you have to pay. You're going to be in prison for a while until the parole board decides to let you out. 9 years you've been home. Can't go back, and life is not a video game. Life is no rehearsal. So you can't go back and do things differently. But I know that perhaps he wishes that he had to listen to me and went on and paid that restitution off. 12, 13,000 wasn't gonna hurt him. You gave it to the dope man. You made him rich off of you. Now you just gonna remain on parole, man. But like Don said, it could have been the best thing that ever happened for him. Maybe he'll take his sobriety serious and get in there and get the help that he really, really needs. But I feel bad for him because he's still my buddy. But again, you had all that money. You never hit me up. Hey man, you good, man? You know what I'm saying? Let me do something for you. Not saying that you owe me anything, but we partners, man. I looked out for him plenty of times. We partners, man. I got something for you, man. Or at least offered her. Nah, you just avoided me. You didn't even answer the call because you was gone. You was gone in your addiction, man. It's a daily decision for me to stay sober. It ain't easy, but it's worth the struggle. I would guess. I would guess that it is, man. You know, when you're doing certain things in life and you're dealing with addiction and you're trying to do whatever you can do to feed your addiction. And that's why you see so many people that end up getting locked up and so many people that just end up in a bad situation, if you will, because they're trying to feed their addictions. So, you know, I don't know. I might look out for him or whatever, and I might not. I'm not obligated to do anything. You know, I don't really try to play tit for tat or anything like that. But, you know, sometimes, man, you just got to learn the hard way, man. You just got to learn the hard way. You way too old to be acting like that. And again, I'm not trying to cast, you know, aspersions on anybody or pass judgment or whatever, because I done not have myself together, you know, a few times in my life or whatever. But when you're given, you know, I hear him say stuff like, oh, my house, man, who's gonna watch my house? Or it's your house because your dad left you the house, so you know what I mean, technically it's yours, but, and that's cool, however you want to slice it and dice it. I'm saying, don't mess around and lose your dad's house that he worked all his life to pay for, and you know, don't do that, bro. So I think that it's good for him. I figured that the PO was gonna lock him up. He stressed all weekend long. He went down there, put your hands behind your back. That's all PO's gonna say to you. Put your hands behind your back. Man, ain't gonna really be a whole lot of, you know, arguing and going back and forth. And they already determined, they already have their mind made up before you even come in that you're going to jail. Could have sent you back to prison or whatever. So again, hopefully he gets the help that he truly needs. That's my dog. I still rock with him. But you know, you wasn't trying to hear real Kenz whatsoever when you had that bread. Not at all. You didn't hear a peep from you. That's when I figured out, oh, he must got some money or something, because I ain't heard nothing from the guy. Wouldn't even return my calls or nothing for months. I see this truck behind me. Pause. The truck's pulling up. I don't know why they always pull up right here. Maybe I'm in their spot. I may move down the way a little bit. Got in a wreck. Actually got in a wreck last Wednesday, I believe. Getting off work. Been at work. I go to the store. So I'm coming back from the store. And it's an intersection. Lights green. I'm going the speed limit or whatnot. Probably below the speed limit because I don't really drive fast. Next thing you know, I see a car pulling out right in front of me. I turn my wheel to the right because I'm trying to avoid hitting her, but there's no way. She runs a red light. She runs a red light. Boom! I crash right into her. I hit her like the front part of her vehicle, like her tire area and the front part of her door. Oh my God, man. Got in a wreck. I'm thinking about my car. I'm like, man, my car's my money makers. I make money, you know, work. Get out of the car, make sure she's cool. She makes sure I'm cool. Everybody's cool. She tells me that she has insurance. She shows me her insurance card, but she does not want me to call the police. She does not want me to call the police, and I'm trying to understand. I'm like, are you okay, ma'am? Like, she didn't look like she was high, drunk, or nothing like that. She was like, no, I'm afraid. What are you afraid of? You got a warrant or something? I ain't trying to get you to go to jail or nothing like that. We work something out. I don't believe, as long as you got insurance. No, I'm just scared. Don't be scared. Calm down, man. We everything's cool, but we got to figure something out. I know I ran a red light. So I feel so bad for her. I said, well, listen, ma'am, if you'll give me a recorded statement on video stating that this was your fault, that you ran a red light, then I will wait until tomorrow to file a police report. She obliged. We did the video. It was about a 2-minute video. She states on the video her name, has a driver's license number and all of that stuff, license plate. It was my fault. I wasn't paying attention. I ran the red light. I have full coverage. I accept full, responsibility or whatever. And that's how we done it. That's how we done it. Next day, I filed a report. Actually, I filed a report online when I got home. Went to the ER the next day. You always go to the ER because you don't know, you have so much adrenaline going on at the time. You don't really know sometimes you may feel just fine. Go to the ER. They give me a, a CAT scan. Check my neck, my back. They gave me like 3 shots. Like, damn. Gave me like 3 shots. So I just started physical therapy today. Got me an attorney. We got the pain and suffering going on, and it's just the way that the ball bounces, man. But the basis of me telling you all that is I'm blessed to be here. I mean, this woman literally ran a red light. We living in an era now to where people are just running red lights like it's crazy. You would drive, be so far away from the light, clearly see that the light has turned red, but you'll just run it anyway because you're in such a rush. This wasn't the case. The light was green for me the entire time. She just was on her phone. I suspect she was on her phone and not paying attention, and just boom, just ran the light. Could have been detrimental for your boy. Of course, I have my seatbelt on. I'm always alert and watching, and so I'm thankful that I'm still here. I'm thankful that I'm bruised up a little bit. Back hurting, whiplash, and have sporadic headaches, but it could have been so much worse. It could have been so much worse. So I'm very, very thankful for that. Got this what is his name? I can't remember the guy's name. Unalived Sandra Massey. A police officer that earlier this year, I want to say it was this year, I want to say, or last year at some point. Texas, Alabama boy 205, get to the story. You want the meat? That's what he wants. He wants me to get to the meat, man. What's in the cup, man? We don't care about what's in the cup. Good to see you, man. Definitely glad to see you, man. What was I saying? When you get old, you get to telling the story, then you forget. You get to talking about, well, now what was I saying? But this individual, I can't remember his name as I stated, but he responds. She calls the police. She's hearing things outside. He comes in the house along with another officer. The other officer is looking around the house. Ma'am, do you mind if we take a look around your house? Go ahead. She's boiling some water on the stove. I guess she was in the midst of cooking something. Hot water is already boiling on the stove. He tells her, ma'am, do you mind if you... It's a big pot. This ain't like just a little bitty pot. It's a big pot, man. Ma'am, do you mind cutting the hot water down? Or turning the stove off, rather. She does what the officer tells her to do. All of a sudden, the officer feels threatened. All of a sudden, y'all the ones with the guns, with the weapons, with the... You know what I mean? But because there's hot water on the stove, this big pot that she could barely even lift, you feel threatened. Ma'am, step away from the water. That police voice. Step away from the water. Screaming and hollering for no reason. I will shoot you in your face. That's what he tells her. Tells her, I'm going to shoot you in your face. I guess he didn't want to break his promise, because guess what he did? Proceeded to shoot her right in the face. In her own place, in her own house. Following his demands, his commands. Turn the water off. Guess what his reasoning was? I feel afraid. I feel threatened. I thought she was going to throw the water on me. First of all, you are way on the other side of the room. You are literally way on that. She didn't even have the pot in her hand. You're way on the other side of the room. So even if she said, I'm going to throw this water on you, there's no way that she could even have gotten to you. Shoots in the face like he said he was going to do. They move quickly. They arrest him. He locked up or whatever. Can't really recall if he ended up getting a bond or not. Probably did. Probably did. The man goes to trial, man, and they convict him, but they give him 20 years. I got to figure out what state that he was in. They give him 20 years. And so this fool just filed a motion because of his medical issues that he's having. A young dude, probably ain't no more than, he's probably in his 30s. Maybe not even that. Maybe in his 20s. Filed a motion to get out of prison, to be released because of medical issues. Thankfully, he got turned down. He got denied. But it just goes to show, man, those people in them blue uniforms, they get away with real live, like real actual murder, man. They will murk you. And a lot of times they get away with it. 20 years, man, he should have got the death penalty. If not the death penalty, definitely life without, man. You're going to get out again. Depending on, like I said, the state and what the actual laws are there. You're going to get out again unless they do you in while you're in prison. Which is very, very, probably in protective custody. That don't mean nothing. They still get you in protective custody. It just goes to show what type of world we really, really living in, man. Why did you shoot that woman, man? And then people wonder why, you know, certain people hate talking about race. Kenz, there you go with that race stuff. But it's true. Why would you shoot the woman in the face? She was not even a threat to you. So what that tells me is that you're so infuriated. You have so much hate and hatred in you towards this particular individual, or for no reason, that she's done nothing to you. So it has to be something deeper than that. You have so much strife in your heart. You know that you all have body cams on. But it doesn't matter, because you lose it at that point, and you're not thinking. That hatred takes over. That strife takes over. You just unalive a person for no reason. She called you all. You all are supposed to be the people that protect and serve. But you're just unaliving people just simply because you can, because that racism just it is eating you up on the inside. And it's so bad, it's so deep that guess what? All the cameras in the world's on you, it don't even matter. But you know you got a whole department that has your back. We have an internal investigation going on, and it'll be placed on administrative leave with pay, and we're gonna, come on now. Ain't no way that man should only got 20 years. 20 years? Bro, that's crazy. Cool Cat Waynish, you know what? I feel ashamed to say this. I haven't even really, I've seen the story, like I'm familiar with it on Nolan Wells. And that's something that I may look up tonight. Definitely tonight when I get home. I'm not really qualified to speak on that yet, because I haven't, you know what I mean? Like, it's so much going on. I haven't really had an opportunity to dig into that case. But I promise you, I would definitely address it. The Nolan Wells situation, I'm familiar. I just haven't done my due diligence on the case yet to really speak on it. But I can tell you this, one thing for certain, two things for sure. It's probably just like every other case. It's probably just like every other case, man. Unjustified, unaliving, and they're going to try to make it seem as though it was justified, you know, justifiable or whatever. It's messed up, man. I'm gonna definitely, matter of fact, when I get home tonight, I'm gonna watch that. And I want to speak on that case. It's just messed up. Like, why can't people just be people? I never really looked at, man, listen, I used to get mad at my mom coming up. And my mom is not racist, but you know, my mom is older, so she dealt with some things that I probably most likely didn't deal with. Matter of fact, I didn't deal with. My mom is one of those people that were, and no offense to nobody, I'm just keeping it real with you, I used to get mad at her. My mom used to tell me I was coming up, I dated white girls. Dated black girls too, but you know, white girls liked me or whatever. And there was this young lady named Jody. Jody was mixed. Her dad was black, her mother was white. From a small town called Pikeville, Kentucky. I was messing with her and I tried to hide it because I knew my mom was not going to like it. I'm a young man. I'm probably, I don't know, I think at the time I was probably 12, 13. Let's just say I was 13. And we lived in an apartment building. We lived on the top floor. And Jody, her mom, her stepdad, well, her dad actually, they moved on the bottom floor. It was 3 floors. And so they moved in, and you know, me and Jody, man, we kicking it. You know what I'm saying? Like I liked Jody. Like Jody a lot. She was a cool young lady. Had like a little, like I said, she was mixed, but she had like a little country, you know, twang to her. And matter of fact, let me take that back. Y'all know we on live, but I can, only person on YouTube that can do a rewind doing live. Jody wasn't mixed. Jody was white. Stepdad was black. But Jody was white. But she just kind of had like a tan or whatever. Been a long time ago, so I had to remember. This particular situation, my mom found out that I was messing with her. She always telling me, be careful. Be careful. They will scream a grape on you. Come on, Mom, man. She ain't even like that. That's not the case. Nah, she would never do anything like that, Mom. Like, you have to open, expand your mind. Things have changed. Things are not the way, this is the 90s at this point. Things are not the way that they used to be. Oh, mercy, mercy me. And so, my nephew in Eddyville, I worry about him every day. We're going to talk about that in just a second, Bang Wolf, because I want to talk to you about that. So, Jody and I, we was kicking it or whatever. And a few months go past. We young, we 13, we ain't never did anything sexually. Never. Not one time. Not once. You kids kissing and, you know, they call it in Kentucky clothes burning, you know what I'm saying? But never anything outside of that, if you will. End up breaking up with Jody because I liked another girl. End up getting with the other young lady. One day we in the apartment. I ain't had no dad coming up, man. It was just me and my mama, man. Just me and my mama. That's all I ever had. My dad didn't bother. Once they got divorced when I was 3 years old, he was mad at my mom, got married probably 6 months later or whatever, and he didn't bother. Now, rest in peace to my father later on in life. You know, I forgave him. I never really was mad at him like that anyway. But we had a talk. I gave him a piece of my mind, and he passed away. And right before I came home, 2019, I was in prison. He passed away. Unexpectedly. And so, my mom always had my back. I always had my best interest. I just didn't agree with certain things that she said, especially about this whole white girl situation. So as I mentioned, we in an apartment and I heard banging at the door. Banging at the door, man. And you hear a woman's voice. Mom looks out the peephole. Can I help you? Your son, your son. He's talking crazy. And she just keeps hearing, your son, your son, your son. It's Jody's mom. My mom opens the door up. And Jody had been crying. She mad because I broke up with her. Again, we teenagers. Teenage love. She tells my mother that I'm calling the police, just as my mother said. I'm calling the police. Your son raped my daughter. What? Your son raped my daughter, and I know you did it. She's yelling and screaming. Jody's right there. She got tears coming down her face. She's crying. I'm like, Mama, I didn't touch her. I ain't never did nothing like that. I'm calling the police. I'm calling. So now my mom's all upset. She gets on the phone and attempts to call my dad that was supposed to have been there and been the protector or whatever. I'm talking to him or whatever. Man, I ain't never did nothing like it, man. Now, she lying. She's lying. Police never ended up getting called. I don't know if she called the police or not. But we never was questioned over the matter, over the situation. I know all women don't act like that. But I think a lot of women just period act like that. Rather black, white. Not all. Not all. But I think a lot of people just in general are opportunists. I didn't have nothing to offer her. I didn't have anything. But she seen her daughter crying. Those tears coming down her eyes. And she wanted to say the worst thing she could possibly say. And the worst thing she could say at that time was that I raped her daughter. Her and her, we never did nothing besides, like I said, a couple of kisses. And that was very, very not on a regular basis. Sparingly. Rarely. So it made me start to evaluate things. Like, damn, man, my mom been saying this all this time. Even though, like I said, I know it's not true for everybody. But it does put you in a situation where you have to prove yourself when you haven't even done anything to anybody. That's how the criminal system works. Bang Wolf. What was that? Bango Wolf. Your nephew's at Eddyville. How much time does he have? And how long has he been there? When you get yourself caught up in this criminal system, if you don't have no money, which most people don't, man, you hit. You got to go to trial. Or you got to go to court with a public defender, better known as a public pretender. Now, let's not get it misconstrued. There's some of these public defenders that just start off as a public defender, and their whole goal is to establish a reputation. I know a couple public defenders that just are beast right now. Marcel Radamel out of Lexington, Kentucky. She was a public defender, never lost a case. Went to trial as a public defender, never lost a case. She's a beast. And she ran for judge, and I don't think she got it. What is the other guy? Daniel Whitley. He was a public defender. Branched out on his own, moved to Louisville, became a private attorney. Didn't go well for him, so he had to end up coming back to Lexington. He's straight out of the hood, straight out of East End. Came back to Lexington, became a public defender again, was getting people off left and right, murders and all type of. So now he's one of the most successful attorneys in Lexington as a, he has his own private practice or whatnot. But if you don't have money, you catch a case. If you catch a case, little Timmy, several years ago, wasn't that many years ago, little Timmy is at the UK football game where he's on campus. I want to say they were playing the University of Tennessee that day. I want to say. Not 100% sure, but I want to say they were playing Tennessee. He come through campus driving drunk. He funky like a monkey, brother. Yeah, wrestlers always got some. I'm gonna get funky like a monkey when you come down to Chattanooga, Tennessee, brother. When you come down to Tupelo, Mississippi. Them wrestlers always get you hype. Let me tell you something, brother. He riding through campus, music up. He's turned. He's number 18-year-old college student. He got like a little kid, maybe 3, 4 years old, 5 years old, somewhere right around in that range. He's on the corner with his dad. I think they have he had a brother. And I want to say the mother was there just as well. They on the corner waiting to cross the street. Dude comes through driving all crazy. Hits the little kid, man. Let's just say he was 4 years old. He's there at the football game with his dad, man. His hero, his protector, is Timmy hits him. The kid is unalive. Doesn't make it. At a football game, man. It's in Lexington, Kentucky. Google it. His parents had money. Hired the best attorneys. Got him out on bond. Who gets bond on a unaliving case? Somebody got some money. Somebody that knows a judge or a prosecutor or whatever. Gets out on bond. Fights the case. Fights it for like 2 years. I don't know what the lawyer charged, but you got some money. I would say every bit of 100 G's. Created reasonable doubt. They were saying that the little boy was the one that ran out in the street. And so Timmy hit him based on the little boy, based upon the fact that the little boy running out in the middle of the street. You letting your 4-year-old, 5-year-old just, you don't have his hand, y'all standing right there on the corner, you're not holding his hand? He just able to just run out in the middle of the road. It was already determined that little Timmy, that wasn't his actual name, but that's what I refer to him as. You Google it, you can see the whole story. Was drunk, got a DUI, riding through campus lit. They gave the man probation. Never did a day in jail. Or perhaps it was something crazy like 30 days on the weekend. It was something like that. No prison time. None of that. What do you think got him out of that? You got to have some money, man. You got to have some money, because if you don't, you're not going to get treated. You're not going to even have a remote chance. You got that bread, you got $100,000 to give your lawyer, and it comes with a whole defense team, and you paying your own witnesses, like so you can rebuttal, you can refute everything that the state has. You can bring in your own expert testimony. Okay, they have a crime scene witness or expert rather. Guess what? You can hire your own. They have this sort of forensics expert. Guess what? You can hire your own. I don't care that they charge $600 an hour. I can stand it. I can stand the rain. And you can refute everything that they saying, and it gives the jury a reasonable doubt. Maybe the little boy did run out in the street. A jury would think. Little kid, man. Money's not everything, but it'll definitely take you a long, long way. And it's better to have it than to not have it. Because if you don't have it, you're going to get screwed in the system. You're definitely going to get screwed. Robert Radcliffe, 2441, what's good? Bangle Wolf, 35. He's 35. He sees the board in about 5 or 6. Are you 5 or 6 months, 5 or 6 years? Or, Eddyville, I'm not sure exactly what Eddyville's about right now. Now, Eddyville is one of 2 maximum security prisons in Kentucky. You got Eddyville and you have Little Sandy. Eddyville is home of death row. That's where Felice Johnson did a lot of his time at 70s, 80s, and 90s. You did not want to be at Eddyville. You probably don't want to be there now, but they say Eddyville's a lot of check-ins, but penitentiary's penitentiary. And just because a person's checking in don't mean that they soft. It just means you don't want to be in the yard for some reason, or maybe you had problems on the yard, or whatever the case may be. But that don't make you soft. It's just, if you one individual and 15 people got a problem with you, guess what? This ain't TV. You ain't Chuck Norris. You ain't Bruce Lee or nobody. You're not whooping 15 people, so you may go check in, man. But that don't make you soft. We love the boy, though, so he's straight, I guess. Okay, that's what's up. So, you know, Eddyville is you get your individual sales. You don't have to deal with a celly at Eddyville. But I just know that back in the day it was very, very rough. It was a very, very tough place to be. So glad that I never had to do time at Eddyville, because a lot of them stories that Fleece talks about, it went down. It went down. So, you know, hopefully he's cool. Hopefully he, you know, is down there. He's getting his mind right, taking classes and getting skilled as far as vocational school or training or whatever, because you never want to be in prison. But if you are there, take advantage of any and every program that you can possibly, and that's hard to do because they weaponize those things. They weaponize the programs and threaten you with them, and you catch a write-up, they kick you out of the program. So I get it, it's difficult to do, but you just got to try your best to be better, to get better when you're in prison, man, because it's a difficult, prison's difficult. And it's very difficult even when you get out of prison. We all have plans in our notebooks. We done wrote down, I'm going to do this, I'm going to do that. But what we don't plan for is the things that don't go as planned. And oftentimes that's when the panic comes, and it's like, you know what? I got to go back to what I know. Fernando Miller Jr., 888, Signal 7 in the building. Watched all 3 parts of 20-year-old in jail. Hey, I appreciate that. All 3 parts, man. Y'all go check it out if you haven't had an opportunity to watch that. Kid gets thrown in the cell with Big Black Melvin. I think that's what his title is. 3 parts to it. Also, I dropped a video today. Y'all make sure y'all check that out. I dropped another one yesterday. It was about an hour and 30-something minutes or whatever. That's for, you know, y'all just want to kick back, lay back, you're trying to go to sleep at night. Me, every night I go to sleep, I'm listening to YouTube, but that's just me. If you're in your car, like I mentioned earlier, or you just need a longer form video to listen to, man, y'all go check it out, man. Definitely go check that out. But yeah, I dropped a video a little bit before I went live today, and that's what's up. He ain't check in, bro. That's what's up. I didn't say he checked in. I just said that at a time, Eddyville was a lot of people was going to Eddyville. You know, they would check in. Not everybody. Nah, the whole yard's not check in. That's not what I was saying. But yeah, Eddyville, man, it's not a joke, man. It's a maximum security for a reason, man. Maximum security for a reason. I'm trying to remember the daggone name of the video. I done dropped so many videos. I be forgetting which video I done dropped. But I definitely dropped one. Actually, I'm tripping. It was part 3 that I dropped earlier. I'm looking at it right here on my other phone. It was part 3. 20-year-old kid thrown into a cell with Big Booty Bandit, you know, Melvin or whatever, Big Black Melvin. So y'all check out that part 3. And then yesterday I did, it's titled 4 Prison Stories in One Video. It's about an hour and 38 minutes long. Then I did another one, correctional officer gets stomped out for disrespecting inmate. I check out all these videos that I done dropped, you know what I'm saying, within the last day or so. Definitely check it out, man. You know, I don't know what the issue is with my numbers on YouTube. I don't got time to sit around and cry about it. Y'all don't want to promote my channel as far as YouTube, make y'all promote my channel. I'm gonna just keep coming out with videos and coming out with videos and coming out with videos until they say, you know what, we have no choice but to put this man in the algorithm. Should have been in the algorithm, but I'm not. So, you know, we're gonna do what we do. Just finished the one you uploaded earlier. He put boots to him. Absolutely. He definitely did. And I appreciate all y'all hyping my videos too, because I'm seeing that, you know, I'm getting a whole lot of subscribers that, you know, the rate of subscribers, they're coming back. You know, I found that looking at the analytics, people watch your videos, but they don't subscribe to your channel sometimes. So you have to remind people, tell them, hey man, y'all hit that subscribe button, man. You know what I'm saying? If you rock with me, go on and subscribe. Hit that little bell. It's a bell. You hit the bell, then you hit all. When you hit all, it alerts you every time I drop a video or go live or whatever. It alerts you. You don't get an opportunity to watch it at that time, cool. You can watch it later. But again, the only way that I'm going to get out there to the masses, people say all the time, Kenz, you should have 100,000 plus subscribers. I agree. Or I hope, put it that way. I can't, you know, I hope. And one day I'm sure that I'll get there. But we're going to grind. We're going to grind to get there. You know what I mean? Ain't nobody going to just give you nothing in life. YouTube, like I said, it's definitely taught me a lesson. It continues to teach me a lesson. My road to the top, my road to success may not be like everybody else's road. Some people blow up fast. I've seen people blow up first 5 or 6 months. They got 60,000 subscribers. Then they hit a wall. Takes them a year later, they only at 70,000 subscribers. See what I'm saying? So you just have to remain consistent from what I can tell. And continue to upload, man. You know what I'm saying? I'm sure we know some of the same people. I'm from Hoptown. Shout out to Hoptown, man. Shout out to Hoptown, the 270, man. I know a few people in Hoptown. Just Big Tim. Let me see, Big Tim. I know Big Blam. Eric. I forgot Eric's last name. Called him Tricky. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, I know a few people in Hoptown. Hoptown was good to me. I got sent to Hoptown. I got sent to DeAndre Quarles. I got sent to Hoptown because I was at a place, I was at a jail. And in Kentucky, they don't always send you to prison. They send you to what's called a Class D facility, which is basically just a jail. You go out in the community and work. And Tandy. I don't know who Tandy is. But you go out in the community and work, and it's supposed to be like a low-level jail, whatever. So I was at a place called Powell County. And I didn't want to work in the kitchen. I always got tired of getting up at 3 o'clock in the morning working in that silly-ass kitchen. So they woke me up one morning at about 7, 8 o'clock in the morning. They got the black bag. When you see the black bag, you know you out of there. Packed me up. I don't know where I'm going. At that point, I really didn't even care because I had just gotten back down to Powell County. I was there. Thought I was going to make parole. Didn't make parole. Tandy. That's Eric. Okay. Eric. No, it's not Tandy. It's Eric. Eric Merritt. Eric Merritt. That's his name. Like I said, we call him Tricky. His whole brother, all his family, they all weightlifters. That was my partner, man. Tricky, yeah. Eric Merritt. That's my dog. And so he did have a food truck last time I was talking to him or whatever. And so they transferred me. I don't know where I'm going. They don't want to tell you where you're going. I just know we going far. I'm like, man, where are we going at? It's about a 4-hour drive. We get there, it says Christian County Jail or Christian County Detention Center. What is this? I got a cell phone on me. I'm in the back texting the whole time. I'm not even cuffed or anything. So the officer that transported me down there, he be cool, man. I'm texting, telling people I'm getting transported, whatever. He didn't know that I had the phone. contemplating taking my phone in. I done had a phone the whole time I'm at Powell County. Contemplating taking my phone in, but I'm like, I don't know, man. I don't want to. I mean, I don't know how well they're gonna search me at the when I go inside or whatever. So I might go for parole. This is July. I go for parole in September. I said, nah, I bet not. So I leave my phone in my property bag or whatever. They sent me to the cell. I don't remember what cell it was, but it was one of the biggest cells. They got the triple bunks. It's a huge cell. They got triple bunks. I never seen a triple bunk before. I seen it on TV. California jails and stuff like that, but I'd never seen it before. And I walk inside the cell. I got my black trash bag with me. That's where you keep all your property in. Bags filled to capacity. I got all type commissary. As I'm walking looking for my bunk, my bag busts. All my commissary falls out of my bag. When it falls, well, a lot of it fell out. When it falls out of the bag, I see people looking or whatever, because I got grippos. I got grippos, man, and everybody wanted grippos. Had dudes offer me $5 and $6 per bag of these grippos. I'm already thinking it's gonna be a problem because people see these grippos and they want them. You in jail? It's a big. Plus I don't know nobody. I'm looking around. I don't see not one familiar face. I get to my bunk, get all my stuff. You know what I'm saying? Get to my bunk or whatever. They got me on the top bunk, man. Come on, man. The top bunk. I gotta climb all the way up to the third bunk. Dude, Big Tim W. His last name start with a W. Reminds you of Rick Ross, dark skinned dude. Look kind of like Rick Ross for real. Now I really think about it. I can't even make a phone call because the phone system was totally different. In my area, we use Securus. They wouldn't give me a phone call because it was a long distance. So I couldn't dial out. I could get a phone call, but it was going to be local. I don't want nobody in the 270. Once again, shout out to the 270. So I'm down there. I'm just thinking there's going to be problems, man. I'm like, how am I down here? Ain't nobody from Lexington down there. There's 50, 60 people in the cell. I ain't scared. My heart ain't never pumped no Kool-Aid. And I'm not trying to jump on here and be like I'm cool. I know where I'm at. I know that I'm outnumbered if anything pops off. But it's always been my philosophy, man. Swing first, ask questions last, man. You know what I mean? If anything jumps off, shit, do what you gotta do. Maybe somebody, hey, man, that dude got heart, man. Leave him alone, man. Dude ain't no chump. He ain't no punk. Leave him alone. But that wasn't the situation that I had. When I tell you Hoptown showed me more love than anybody I've ever, man, them dudes from the COs, you could have as much money at the time as you wanted to have in Hoptown. Yeah, literally. In a county jail, you could have as much money because they put me on the county side. Even though I was a state inmate, you don't go straight to the state side. You go to the county side. Then once you get classified and they get your paperwork, after about 30 days, they send you over to the state side. The state side is where you go out and work. You don't make real money, but you go out and, you make $13, $14 a month. I think $12.60. Get to wear your own clothes. You get double portions of food. You get you get more privileges over there. But the county side was so sweet. All we did was gamble all day long. So if your people sent you a money order and it's a $300 money order, you give it to one of the dudes that works in the hallways or whatever, that they come around with this cart and they sell food like chips, snacks, any sort of snacks or whatever. And if you don't want to wait till the next day to get your money order cashed, you give it to him. Hey, bro, I got this $200 money order. Take it up here and get it cash for me. He gonna charge you $5 per 100. See what I'm saying? So if it's not 100, let's just say it's a $50 money order. All right, man, here, give me $2, man. He's hustling. He's making his money. They make all type of money. You have cash money. We in there just gambling every single day. Every day we gambling in Hoptown, man. Nothing but love, man. I ain't never. Then my dude ended up being in there from Lexington. I knew him. We wasn't tight, but he ended up being in there. So we would play chess and stuff every day. So my whole day consisted of just gambling in there, you know what I'm saying? Playing poker, shooting dice. Had one instance where a dude kind of tried me. And I showed him, like, what's up, man? What you want to do? And he came back later on and was like, bro, I was just seeing where your heart was at, man. You solid, man. People gonna test you in jail from time to time, but them dudes, man, they had numbers. They could have taken advantage, man. They was cool, man. I forever love Hoptown, forever. I speak highly of Hoptown every single opportunity that I get. But they had a dude in there, we called him Tennessee. From Tennessee, Hoptown is like right there, border, Nashville. And I believe it's Nashville. We called him Tennessee. Light-skinned dude, probably about 5, I don't know. Y'all know I love to paint a picture. Probably about 5'9", light-skinned, had braids. 170 pounds. Always gambled. He was a cigarette man. When I say he was a cigarette man, he had a CO that was bringing him Marlboros. Clarksville. Okay, Clarksville, my bad. I said Nashville. I knew it was one of them views. We used to get the Tennessee the radio. We could have radios in there, so we would get their radio stations or whatever. So you got Tennessee. Actually, we called him Tennessee. Shout out to Clarksville. And so, had a CO bringing him packs of Marlboros. A pack of Marlboro, a pack of cigarettes, you got 20 cigarettes. He's taking these cigarettes. He's paying the CO $100 cash every time. Imagine you a CO, you just make a quick $100. He's bringing a pack of cigarettes in. It's 2009. The reason I remember is because that's when the riot happened in North Point Training Center, and a lot of the inmates that was in the riot, they brought down to Christian County. Me and Tennessee was real cool. We got cool, man. Like within that short amount of time that I was there. And I think he kind of took to me because I ain't asking for nothing. I ain't need nothing from him. I have my own commissary, have my own money. I don't smoke cigarettes, so I don't want nothing from you. We just got cool. He slept like right beside me or whatever. And my girl had did some things for him, like he was trying to. It was something that he needed done so he could go home. And my people made some calls and stuff for him, and so we got tight. Tennessee was known to walk around with about 3 G's on him. He always wore long johns, and he had like this, it was this wallet, but it was a jail-made wallet, meaning that he had a sock, and he always kept his money down in the bottom of the sock, but it's like 2 or 3 socks, so just in case it gets a hole in it or something like that. But he kept it wrapped around his waist by his, you know what I mean, his Johnson area. He would always win the dice games because long as money, guess what? You always going to come back and get your money back. And so when they brought the individuals down from North Point because of the riot, a couple of them, it was 3 of them, they mad anyway. You done went from being on the yard, having your own TV, contact visits, you know what I mean, wearing your sweatsuits, you done just got come to county jail, and penitentiary is totally different. It's like night and day. People's begging to get to the pen out of that county jail. But this was a sweet county jail, though. This wasn't one of them type jails, but still, it wasn't sweet in comparison to the yard. They just came from the yard. Where you kick back in your bed, put your headphones on, and watch your own TV, listen to your MP3 player, or CD player at the time. I don't think they had the MP3 players in prison yet. And just zone out, be in your own world. They peep how much money that Tennessee kept on him. And they plotted against him. Now, nobody knew that they was plotting against him. Tenekey's in the bathroom one day. He's at the stall. He's using the bathroom or whatever. 3 of them, they run down on him. You know what it is. Get it out. What you mean? You know what it is. One of them, they're still off on him. You know what it is. Get it out. They know that he keeps his money and his, you know what I mean, down by his, all right, man, chill out, man, just chill out, I got you, all right, man. This is in the bathroom. Nobody knows what's going on at this point because the bathrooms are huge. You don't know what's going on. Tenekey goes down in his long johns. They think that he's, you know, to retrieve the money or whatever. Like I said, this dude, I always used to wonder, like, why is he walking around with so much money? Oh, before I get to that, I done put the carriage before the horse. The officer was bringing him 3,000. The officer was bringing him a pack of cigarettes every day. So what what Tenekey would do is he would bust the cigarettes down. Got 20 cigarettes. He would bust the cigarettes down and make 4 to 5 cigarettes per cigarette. Understand what I'm saying? He would bust the cigarette down, take the tobacco out of the cigarette. A lot of times they use Bible paper because they ain't have no rolling papers. Sometimes he get the CO to bring him rolling papers, but that's gonna cost you. You don't got no rolling papers. They smoking with the Bible paper because in jail they give you these little small Bibles, handheld Bibles, little brown covers. It's supposed to be leather covers. It's not really leather for real. And you take that paper and you roll your cigarette up in it and you smoke. For each cigarette he's turning into 5 cigarettes. So 20 cigarettes, but he's making 100 cigarettes from the 20. He gonna keep a few for himself because he smoked. Him and his partners, they smoke. But then the rest of them he gonna bust down. He gonna sell each cigarette for like $5, $4 or $5. He used to profit $400 per pack of cigarettes. And they would be gone within a couple hours because everybody, you know, a lot of people smoke in jail. Got to the point where the officer would bring him a couple packs of cigarettes. So that's how his money would always accumulate. And he started having so much money, he would have to send his money home in the mail, but he was always nervous about it because he didn't want anybody to know. He didn't want nobody, you know, you can't trace the money when you send it home in the mail or whatever. He's sending money out. That's how Tenekey was making his money in there. And so let's get back to the bathroom scene. He's going in to grab, all right, man, chill out, man. I think one of the dudes might have had like a lock and a sock or something like that, but no significant weapon. I mean, that's a significant weapon. Let's not get it misconstrued. You get hit upside the head with a lock and a sock, it's going to hurt. From what I hear, I never got hit with one, but I would imagine that would hurt. Reaches up out of his pants. Man, he comes up out of his pants with a sword about this long. Can't really tell by looking at, but it's about, I don't know, seemed like it was a foot long. Comes up out of his pants, boom, slices one of them, catches, boom, cuts him right across the shoulder. The other one, he catches him, but he's running. He's running away. Tenekey's chasing him around the cell. It's a big old cell, though. It's a huge cell. Police don't even come back. You're not even really going to see the police. There is no panic button to hit. There is no, you know, you can hit the panic button and a lot of other stuff. Help, help. Ain't none of that. He's chasing these dudes around the cell, man. But you can only chase really one at a time. One of the dudes that he's chasing ends up falling. When he falls, just like on the movie, you know how in the movie Jason or somebody's chasing you, he ain't even running. He just walking. Or Michael Myers or somebody, you running top full speed, and somehow they just are continuously behind you. Never really understood that about a movie. And somebody always, oh, my ankle, just leave me. Just go ahead, save yourself. Save yourself. Dude falls. Tenekey, you think I'm bitch? Huh? You think I'm bitch, nigga? Boom! cuts him deep. All right, bruh. Nah, Lieutenant Keith wants his lick on all of them, and he goes after the third one. He's going after the third one. All this is going on in the cell. The cameras, none of that. Ain't nobody coming. Ain't no signal 7 in the unit. Signal 7 in the unit. Ain't no signal 7s down. Ain't no signal 7. I'm sitting here and I'm seeing this. I'm at the top of I'm in my bunk. I'm in my rack. I'm seeing it. Why don't you help him, Kenz? What I need to help him for? Shit, he got the situation under control. Finally, the police ended up coming in. They see what's going on or whatever. Lieutenant Keith, he done ditched the weapon. I don't know what he threw it to the side or whatever. One of the COs that was bringing them the cigarettes, so they helped him get rid of the... He didn't end up getting a charge. But I tell you what, though, nobody ever ran up on Lieutenant Keith again after that. I'm trying to figure out how he had this big Zorro sword in his pants and not ever cut himself, or, man, he came up out of, they said he came up out of his, because I wasn't in the bathroom. He came up out of his long johns. Yago. Cut dude right off top. Some of the crazy things you'll see in prison, man, you know, in jail, period. I think jail can be worse than prison. Now, this particular jail that we were in, it was cool. Probably about 2 weeks later, they moved me over to the other side. I didn't even want to go. I didn't even want to go to the other side. I didn't got acclimated. I didn't got cool with all the Hot Town cats that was down there or whatever. I already had my daily routine. I was straight. They was like, nah, you need to go to the other side. If you deny it, then the parole board is going to see that you didn't want to go to the work side or whatever. So they moved me to the other side. I ended up working at I think it was the convention center. Had a couple jobs before the convention center because, you know, they send you out in the community and you just work. You don't make real money, but you make, you know, like I said, $12, $13 a month. But I worked at the Habitat homes. That was like right there in a neighborhood. Like, I'm seeing cars, people that live in the neighborhood, Habitat homes or whatever. I worked at the fire department. On Friday nights, the high school football games, we would go and clean up all the trash or whatever, and then once we got done, they allow you to have the entire concession stand with burgers, pork chop sandwiches, all that. You could take it back with you. It was cool, man. Everybody down there. And the thing about it, so at first I didn't have a permanent job. So like when you went to the fire department or when you went to the Habitat homes or when you, any job you did, man, they fed you. Habitat homes, they always do. The beautiful women that worked there, they would always bring food. If you worked at the fire department or you go to McDonald's or Wendy's or whatever for lunch, wasn't no sack lunches. A lot of times in jail, they try to send you out these sack lunches, peanut butter sandwiches, you know, ham sandwich or bologna sandwich, no chips or nothing, some pasta in a styrofoam cup and a cookie. That's your lunch. That's what they, not in Hoptown. Not in Hoptown. Got to the convention center, that's a permanent job. Got on at the convention center, you go in the kitchen, like you go in the kitchen and cook your own food, whatever you want for lunch. Cook your own whatever. You can have whatever you want, a steak, you want a baked potato, you want a salad, you want whatever you want. Straight hospitality. I'm at the convention center one day and I thought I heard my name over the loudspeaker, but I'm tripping. Cause I knew I went up for parole that month, but it was like September the 1st. Typically when you went up for parole, you going up towards the middle of the month or the end of the month. But I thought I heard them say real Kenz. Obviously they didn't say real Kenz, but you know, my real name. Man, I'm tripping. I ain't saying my name. So 5 minutes later, dude that one of the other dudes that worked, it was like 4 or 5 of us that worked out there. He was like, hey, bro, they called your name over the loudspeaker. I was like, I thought I heard him say my name, but he was like, they want you on the phone. You got a phone call. Got a phone call. H36363 is in the building. What's good? Richmond, Virginia is in the building. Glad you could join us. So I walked to the phone. Like I gotta walk like way to the other side of the place without pick up the phone. Like, hello. dude, I forget his name, man. He was like, yeah, what's going on, Kenz? I'm like, shoot, I ain't doing nothing. What's going on? Like, I don't even know what's going on. I know I ain't did nothing wrong. I ain't violated no rules or nothing. I got good news. I got bad news. Which one you want first? Give me the bad news. Bad news is you will no longer be working at the convention center. Damn, I just started. I ain't been working here nothing but 2 weeks. What? Good news is, man, you made parole. If you can get a ride, you can go home today. What? If you can get a ride, you can go home today. It was like September the 1st. I'm like, damn, they took me up for parole this early? Because in Kentucky, unless you have like a valid charge, they do what's called a file review. You don't even see the parole board. They review your file, review all the things that you're doing in prison or that you've done in prison or why you've been incarcerated, see if you've had any, disciplinary actions or whatnot, and they'll determine if you're going to make parole from that. I was so happy. I called my people that day, and they came all the way down. They got about halfway to Hoptown. About 4 hours away, 3.5, 4 hours away. And they get down there, man. Well, they get about halfway down there, and the parole officer has to bring my golden seal over. That's like a official stamp or whatever that you made parole, and he didn't make it that day. So they had to end up turning around, going home. And then they came back and got me the next day. So I ended up leaving the next day. Hoptown's one of those places where they throw you out of the jail. Because, like, if you done made parole, they're not going to allow you to stay in the jail, because if something happens to you, guess what? That's on them. I wanted to stay in the jail. I'm like, y'all can just throw me out of the city. I don't know. They gave me a little grace period or whatever, but they had to make me get out of the jail. So now I'm just in Hoptown. I don't know nobody in Hoptown. I got a money order because they had the money that I didn't have any cash or whatever, so the money that I had, they had given it to me in a money order. I can't cash the money order. And so it was an individual that, and I can't remember his name, he was cool. He was so cool. He was the guy that took us back and forth to work to the convention center. And I called him up because he had told me, man, if you need anything, call me. And I called him up, and I'm like, man, I'm in Hoptown, man. I'm just trying to get this money order cashed or whatever. It was like an $85 money order. And he cashed the money order for me. And because it was still going to be a couple of hours before my people, got down there. Like I said, it was 3.5, 4 hour drive. Then they had to go to work, and I had to give them time to get down there. So shit, I'm just in Hoptown, man, just kicking it. Going in little bars and stuff like that. And finally my girl got there and she picked me up. And yeah. So you went home from Hoptown. That's what's up. Yeah, I went home from Hoptown, man. I went home from Hoptown. And like I said, it was in September the 2nd, I want to say 2009, man. But them people down there, man, showed me nothing but love from everybody that I met. It's like it's different from any other place I've ever been. Like, they not looking at you. They know you from the jail, but they not really looking at you as an inmate. They just, you see what I'm saying? Like, it's strength in numbers. So anybody can take advantage and be like, oh man, this dude from Lexington, man, he ain't, you know what I'm saying? But it was never like that. It was never like that. Matter of fact, my peoples are gonna be down there soon. Well, not Hoptown, but in Paducah, 8th of August. You know what it is, 8th of August. I ain't been yet. I was supposed to have went last year, but I didn't go. But yeah, man, it's a whole vibe, man. So again, man, shout out to Hoptown, 270, Henderson, that whole western part of the state, man. True cats I met down that way. I talk about the county jail being so dangerous because in most county jails, you cooped up, overcrowded, maybe in a cell that's meant for 12, 14 people, and there's 23, 24 people in the cell. It's loud. Got 1 or 2 phones. one 13-inch TV, one microwave, maybe two microwaves, most time one. Everything that somebody else does affects you. You don't even smoke cigarettes. Dudes are smoking. CO comes in, they smell smoke. I'm gonna give you 5 minutes to come forward and say who was smoking. If not, TV's gone, microwaves gone, phones are gone. And yeah, I'm already hip. I'm already hip off the 8th of August. I already know what it's really called, but you know, we know what it is. Yeah, I already know. I already know about, I seen last year they was down there shooting, and little young dudes was shooting the club or outside the club or whatever. I seen that, but typically I don't hear anything, you know, the sorts happening down there. And so you in this cell, and it's just like, oh my God, I cannot wait to get out of here. Please just get me to prison. You begging, you praying to get to prison. And it was an individual, now this is a different county jail, dude I grew up with named Jerome. Jerome, short dude, man, probably 5'6", 5'7", caramel complected dude, had like a little fro, chin strap beard, goatee or whatever. Jerome was never no chump. Never coming up. Never was a chump. And so when I move into the cell, because Jerome was already in the cell, so when I get into the cell, I noticed there was a dude that, like, they played a lot. You see, prison is not the place. Being incarcerated is not the place to be playing. Me and you could be playing all day long, and then the next day I wake up on something totally different. I didn't make parole. My girl done left me. I got on the phone and the dude answered the phone. I ain't get a letter, or I got a Dear John letter, or my money didn't show up, or there's all type of different elements, variances why you don't play while you locked up, man. Really don't play, period. We're grown men, man. Dude is playing with Jerome. Jerome told him, hey, bro, chill out, man. You know what I'm saying? I just found out my auntie passed away. Now, to Jerome, anybody is that's close to you, whether it's an auntie, uncle, whatever, but his auntie was like more so his mother. She was the one that primarily raised Jerome and his brother. He had a brother. They was like a year and a half apart. Man, I wasn't saying that last week when you was playing with me. I understand, bro. But I'm saying, like, I'm in my thoughts, I'm in my feelings right now. Like my auntie, no disrespect, I'm saying, but my auntie passed away. What's up, James McIlvain? Appreciate, good to have you, bro. Good to have you, man. So the dude just wouldn't let it go. He just kept playing with Jerome and saying stuff. Good, she's dead. Dig the bitch up. These are sort of games I guess they would play and say to each other. Jerome gets up, and there's a black dude, man. He was kind of big, swole. He's probably like 6, I don't know, maybe 5'10". I can't say he was 5'11". He's probably about 5'10". Did a whole lot of push-ups. Dark-skinned dude. He got good jeans. He had he wasn't bald head, but he had like a short fade or whatever. One of his eyes was kind of, it just wasn't, you know what I mean, what they call it, a lazy eye. Like, it just wasn't all the way. And this dude was, you know, he was supposed to have been that guy, man, and whooped a few people or whatever. So he's supposed to have been that guy inside of the cell, you know, respectfully. Jerome done already told him, like I said, good, she's dead. Good, I dig her up. And Jerome quietly gets up. All right, man, you on some other, bro. He goes and he grabs the yellow mop bucket. He was like the janitor in the dorm, so it wasn't out of the norm for him to have the mop bucket. He rolls the mop bucket. You know, the yellow janitorial mop bucket. I'm painting the picture for you all. Y'all rock with me. He's holding the mop. You know, the mop handle or whatever, pushing the bucket over towards individual that he was having issues with. I don't even remember his name. I think his name was Tony. Matter of fact, they called him Tone. Again, nobody's thinking anything of it. Jerome grabs that ringer. One of the wildest things I've ever seen. Jerome grabs the ringer from the yellow mop bucket. Boom! Smacks him upside the head. Splits him. I'm talking about he split him. After he splits him, he's screaming. He's trying to cover up, and he just proceeding to just pound him with this mop ringer. He beats the dude so bad, I'm surprised he didn't cause more damage. Definitely a Signal 7 in the unit. Signal 7 in Unit CC! Signal 7 in Unit CC! You know, the frantic voice that these COs, when they see stuff like this on the camera, or when they see it through the, you know what I mean, live in person, they don't know how to. Signal 7 in Unit CC! Signal 7, stop what you're doing, get here now. They come in, dudes laying on the table, he's bloody. I told you Jerome's beating him. He didn't stop hitting him. He probably would have unalived him, but he stopped hitting him with the mop ringer. But he was just kicking him and just hitting him. I told you, you punk. I told you I ain't beating him. Take Jerome to the hole, take Tone to the hospital. They end up hitting Jerome with an outside case, assault with a deadly weapon. He stays in the hole for months. He's going back and forth to court for this new case. They end up only giving him 5, I don't necessarily want to say only, but they end up getting 5 years for that vicious assault. And in Kentucky, you don't do all of your time. You do 20%, and then you go for parole. Now, typically, you would do 85% of your time for an assault charge like that. But they gave him 5 years under extreme emotional distress. Being that the circumstances happened the way that they happened, his aunt and you know, they looked at the cameras and they seen, so he ended up getting an extra 5 years. Served about 2 of it, ended up getting out. I seen Jerome not too long ago. He was door dashing, man. And he actually got mad at me because, you know, he does this thing, you know what I'm saying, the greenery. He got the greenery. Man, I got them pounds on deck, man. I got them for you, man, for the low. Bro, I don't even involve myself in anything that, even though it's just green, we in a Commonwealth state. I don't even involve myself in anything illegal whatsoever at this point. So I never really fooled with him on that. Well, I didn't fool with him. I ain't say I never messed with him on that level. But you'll see some beatings in the county jail, man. East Vinland, New Jersey. Just watched part 3. Watching you now. Appreciate it, man. I appreciate y'all watching that part 3 and y'all supporting me like that, man. On that story. Y'all share that story for me. Kids need to see that. Parents, y'all need to show that story to your kids, man. Y'all share all 3 parts for me, man. We get, you know, trying to get in the algorithm. I definitely appreciate it. But prison is just one of those things. I'm always say it. Stay away. Stay away. Sure you all have heard this story, but I must tell it again about Google. Mr. Google me. Mr. Google me, man. Hype, sub, and support our homie. Good people. Thank you, bro. Thank you, man. I appreciate you, James. Mr. Google me. And I've told this story, but it's such a funny story. I feel the need to tell it again. Respectfully. Got a dude, white dude, bald head dude. He don't got no hair on his face. He one of them type dudes shave all the hair on his face. Look mean though. Probably about 5'8", 5'9". He about 215, 220. He works out, he walks around like it. So he comes into the dorm. We're in an open dorm. I was already in the dorm. And I noticed that he never really went to the child hall. So when you see an individual that don't go to the child hall, they penitentiary rich. I mean, they can get any and everything that they want. As far as out of the commissary, they don't have to go and eat in the child hall. You could buy, you spend $125 a week at the store, man, you get a lot of food. So yeah, James, you already familiar with Mr. Google Me. Well, I'm gonna tell it again. You go to the chow hall and you buy you a box of burgers. You get 16 burgers. It costs you 15 bucks. But it's so much you can do with these burgers because where we were at, of course you got the microwave, but then you have, they start giving us grills. Like the George Foreman grills. They weren't George Foreman grills, but you know, again, I'm painting the picture. There's a message. So you can fry your burgers on the grill. You can fry your, if you wanted some peppers, some onions. You wanted your chicken tenders. You wanted to fry bologna. Anything that was friable, fried potatoes, you could put these, you know, this food on the grill. Food be smelling so good. You're sitting there, your stomach is, you sitting in there, your ribs is touching. You don't got maybe a noodle in your locker. You smelling this good old, they cooking salmon on the grill, or like I said, the burgers or the chicken, and oh my God, dude's got some money in there, and you ain't got no money. You got to get it how you live. And so he would buy these burgers, and those burgers would last him all week long. One day he might have a cheeseburger, double cheeseburger. Another day he may grind the burgers up and fix him some spaghetti. One day he may grind the burgers up. You see what I'm saying? Like there's all type of things you can do with hamburger. He would get I don't want to specifically say everything he would get, but he would get enough food that would just easily last him for a week. And like I said, he never had to go to commissary. And this dude, man, was always angry all the time. He lifted weights and he slept in the first bunk. Like when you first walk into the wing. The wing is like the bay area to where, you know, there's 50 people inside, you know, per bay. Ain't nothing but like 2 phones. Maybe 3 phones, but one of the phones is not gonna work because dude and probably got mad. The inmate got mad and banging the phone up against the wall when he can't reach whoever he's trying to reach, probably his girl. And so I noticed that dude just had an anger issue, and you would see it, but he never really said anything to anybody. Never really said anything to any of the other inmates at this particular juncture. Baltimore's in the building. Was good, Baltimore. So one day I walked into the dorm. He was talking to my dude, Cincinnati. Dude from Cincinnati. Shout out to the entire Ohio. Cincinnati 513. And he talked so bad to him. Called him all type of B words, and I'll beat you to death in there, and I'll do this and I do that. Cincinnati was in there on a violent robbery charge. So he's not trying to get in no trouble. He's trying to go home. He got 20 years. He's lucky to get 20 years on that charge. A regular 20. He didn't have to do 85% of his time. He fell under the 20% law. You do 20% of your time, then you have an opportunity to go home. You go up for parole. So he had to do 4 years. He had probably at that time, Cincinnati probably had like another 1.5 years to go before he went up for parole. And when I say Mr. Google Me talked so crazy to this man, then he got to talking crazy to the dorm. And anybody else that got a problem with it, anybody else that got a problem with me, you can see me right now. Get in this bathroom now. Mind you, we at a camp. We ain't with the gorillas and lions, tigers, and birds, but there are still gorillas, lions, tigers, and birds. But once you at a camp, man, you trying to go home. You ain't trying to fall for that foolishness. You trying to go home. You close to going home when you at a camp. You're within, 3 or 4 years of at least having an opportunity to go home. People just kind of waving him off, laughing. Well, ain't nobody, whatever. So I would see this dude go off a couple more times. He got to the point to where he started talking about it. If you think I'm playing, all you got to do is Google me. If you think I'm playing, all you got to do is Google me. Damn, this dude be tough, man. He's talking about Googling me. Because just because you had a camp, again, don't mean you soft. You could have started off behind the fence, stayed out of trouble for some years, worked your custody level down, and then you had a camp. Or maybe you didn't get caught up for the things you was doing on the streets. I done some things on the streets, but my crimes are white collar crimes, but I didn't, if you know, you know. And so, it's not like everybody was scared, because nobody was scared. It was just put him on the pay no mind list, man. Nothing to complain about. Bro, your girl's coming every week, sending you $125, more than $125 a week. It's just how much he can spend. He ended up catching her in the county jail. She was a CO. She fell for him, started dating him, quit her job as a CO, went got another job, and supported him while he was locked up. He didn't have that much time, maybe 7 years. On a 7-year sentence, you do, 17 months before you see the parole board? They may not let you out that time. They tell you, give us 12 more months, and then you go home. You're going to do 2.5 years. Like, it's never good to do time, but he didn't have a hard bid. He had all the clothes, like all the sweatsuits you can have, 3 or 4 pair of shoes. He got a cooler, he got a hot pot, he got a MP3 player, he got everything that you could have in prison. But he was just angry. So one night, something went down to where Mel's from Cincinnati, another dude that's from Cincinnati. I think Mel's from Avondale. Shout out to Avondale. Mel was about 6'4", dark skin, short wavy hair, kind of cut up a little bit. Mel had heart surgery, so he had like a big scar on his chest or whatever. His name was Mel, but they call him Meek Mills. Called him Meek Mill because he looked just like Meek Mill. He was young though. He was probably not too young, probably 27, 28, but he was laid back. He was cool, man. Mel was cool. He was just a jokester, man. Mel was cool as a fan. Mel had some bread. He didn't really go to the chow hall and eat either. Mel was trying to get on the phone, and Google Me was on the phone. And so he's arguing with his girl, so he doubled back. When I say he doubles back, like he hangs up and calls her right back. Mel ain't tripping, man. That happens all the time. You waiting on the phone and they'll double back. You give them that courtesy. But then after that, he tries to use the phone again. Phones in penitentiary, jail period cut off at like 11 o'clock. Some places 10:45, 10:30. It's getting late. Mel trying to call his people too. Hey, say, bro, I'm trying to get on the phone, man. Hey, look, man, I'm on the phone right now. Dude, in the chair. He's in the chair. Sitting down. Mel, like I said, about 6'4", maybe 6'5". But he's not even approaching him in a aggressive manner. Hey, bro, I'm trying to get on this phone, man. I called my people for it. Dude's eating some nachos. He got some nachos, the chili, the cheese, the jalapeno peppers. He got all the fixings on the nachos. Google Me. Got his little soda or whatever. He's playing Mel like Mel ain't just sitting there talking to him. Hey, man, I'm going to get off the phone when I get off the phone. Mel's a laid-back dude. He kind of laughing at him like, what? Remember what I said, man. I'm going to get off the phone when I get off the phone. Loud as y'all are by my rack every night, by my bed. Remember I said he had the first bed right when you walk in the door. I'm not getting off the phone right now. Google Me. Hey, Antonio, I already know it's going to be a Signal 7. Allegedly. So Mel's laughing. He's like, bro, Mel's really, really laughing. So he goes back to his bunk area or whatever, puts his shoes on. He comes back to the to dude on the phone. Google me. Taps him out. Bathroom, man. Man, I ain't going to no bathroom. You heard what I said. Get on to this bathroom, man. I ain't gonna do all that talking and yelling, hollering, screaming or whatever. Ooh, ooh, aha. Get on to this bathroom. Male, the bathroom's like right on the other side of the wall to where the phone is hanging on. Meaning that you just like walk a few feet and turn the corner. That's the bathroom area. That's where it goes down. So when a person says, get to this bathroom, it's going down. No cameras or nothing in the bathroom. Been in the bathroom plenty of times. Didn't win them all, didn't lose them all. But I was there. Dude don't come in the bathroom. Male comes out again. But he's still laughing. You wouldn't even really know what's going on because it's not a whole lot of commotion. It's to Google me. I'm trying to Google you, man. Get to this bathroom. Google me won't come to the bathroom. He won't even get off the phone. I'm going to tell you one more time, bro. Google me says something slick again. I already told you. Boom! Just steals off on him. I'm talking about steals him nachos, chili, cheese, go flying in the air. It's all over the wall. It's all over dude. It's all on the floor, whatever. Knocks him over because he's in one of them like little plastic chairs. Signal 7 unit CC, signal 7 unit CC. But it wasn't a signal 7 because what happened was when he hits him, he goes backwards like this. Woof. He falls, like I said, you got nachos and stuff everywhere, so he's laying on his back. Male stomps him, kicks him a couple times in his face. Dude tried to get up, Male hit him again. Boom! Steals off on him again. Male had hard hands, man. But Mel's laughing the entire time, like he's literally laughing at him. Dude gets up, runs to the door. Mr. Google me now. The whole call do a B word and he runs to the door. When he runs to the doors are not locked. You can always get out of the dorms we're in. The doors will you could always go in and out of the dorm. The guard station is like right there in the middle because you have A, B, C, and D bay that each has 50 people, you know, living in those particular bays or whatever, but they surround the guards tower. It's like a circle and everything is glass. So I'm surprised that the CO didn't even see it, but he can't watch all 4 dorms at once. But you can see him up in the CO station. That man assaulted me. That man, I want him arrested. I want him locked up. Mel already know what's happening. He's laughing. He going back to his bed area. He just starts unpacking, you know what I'm saying? It's all the stuff in his locker or whatever. He starts packing his stuff up because he know he's going to the hole. Mr. Google me done ran to the police and told them. They come in there, they pack Mel up, they bring the black trash bags. He don't give them no trouble, no problem. They take Mel to the hole. But then they come in and take Mr. Google me to the hole too. Because he was involved in a fight and there's always going to be an investigation, even if he didn't fight back, even if you're going to the hole. You may get out with no charges or whatnot, but you're going to the hole initially. Mel ended up getting shipped behind the fence. He didn't care. Mel had a H case, a heroin case, so he had to do half of his time anyway. I think he had 8 years. He had to do 4. It didn't even matter. They was making you do 50% of your time back then. It probably still like that now. I don't know. Sent Mel off. About 3 or 4 days later, they let Mr. Google me back out of the hole. And they bring him back to the dorm, same beds. That dude never got another ounce of respect. Nobody really respected him anyway. But after that, man, that dude barely was even able to get on the phone, man. He was getting trucked, man. All that old Google me talking crazy. And nobody cared nothing about that. But if y'all could have seen all this nachos and chilies and jalapeno peppers and all, it was all on his face, on the side of his mouth. It was all cheese on the floor, whatever. That's just what it was, man. And Mel could have really put on a demonstration and stomped him out. But he didn't. He hit him a couple times or whatever and was laughing at him like, get on up. I'm going to let you get up. Get up. One time he got up, he slipped on the nacho cheese and fell back down. Mel's laughing. Mr. Google me, man. Yeah, you got Google. You definitely got Google, man. Well, check 1 2 1 2, man. I appreciate y'all chiming in with me tonight. It's been real. Been on here for a couple hours. Y'all remember what I said. You like, comment, subscribe if you're not already subscribed. Share the videos. I done dropped several different videos in the last couple days. Y'all go and check them out. I dropped part 3. People been waiting on earlier. And hell, I may do another video when I jump off his live. But can you wrap it all into a what? what did you on, Ace? But again, man, I appreciate y'all. I definitely do. And Jackie Harvard says Steelers. Once again, Steelers is in the building. Dallas Cowboys is in the building. And until next time, man, Real Kenz TV. Y'all rock with me. You be cool too, Banger Wolf. Hope your nephew's straight. We're gonna take this thing to the moon together, man. Y'all have a good evening. You too, Jackie Harvard. Have a beautiful evening. Stay blessed. Stay safe. And have a good one. Real Kenz TV, we out.